Padre Faura witnesses the execution of Rizal by Danton Remoto. I stand on the roof of the Ateneo Municipal, shivering. On this December morning, months ago, Pepe came to me, in the observatory. I thought we would talk about the stars that do not collide in the sky. Instead, he asked me about purgatory, his cheeks still ruddy from the sudden sun, after the bitter winter, in Europe, and on this day, with the years beginning to turn salt things my eyes, I see Pepe, a blur, between the soldiers, with their Mausers raised, and the early morning's star, still shimmering, even if millions of miles away. The star itself, as already dead. One. Who is Pepe? Pepe is a nickname for José Rizal, a Filipino nationalist and the most prominent advocate for reforms in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial era. 2. Why does Pepe ask the persona about purgatory? The question about purgatory likely reflects Rizal's interest in profound and philosophical topics, particularly those concerning life, death, and the afterlife. This could symbolize the uncertainties and transitional state of the Philippines during the period of his activism. 3. Can you explain what the poem talks about the nature of stars in terms of science? The poem metaphorically discusses stars that do not collide, which scientifically refers to the vast distances between stars that prevent such collisions, illustrating isolation or distant influences. 4. What is a metaphor? Explain using the poem's context. A metaphor is a figure of speech that describes an object or action in a way that isn't literally true but helps explain an idea or make a comparison. In the poem, Rizal is compared to a star whose light is still visible long after it has died, symbolizing his enduring influence on Filipino society even after his death. 5. Why was Rizal executed? How is this similar to the idea of a star? Rizal was executed by the Spanish colonial government for inciting rebellion through his writings. Similar to a star whose light continues to be seen long after it has burned out, Rizal's ideas and legacy continued to influence Philippine society and its eventual push for independence long after his death. 6. What do you think the person felt for Rizal? The persona likely feels a deep sense of loss, admiration, and longing for Rizal, as indicated by the emotional tone of recalling his execution and their past interactions. 7. Do you feel the same way? Why or why not? This answer will vary based on individual feelings. One might feel inspired by Rizal's dedication and sacrifice for his country or feel a sense of historical and cultural pride because of his contributions. 8. What would you say was Rizal's greatest contribution to the Philippine society? Rizal's greatest contribution was his use of literature and his writings to inspire a sense of national identity and consciousness among Filipinos, and to peacefully advocate for significant reforms under Spanish colonial rule. 9. If you were in Rizal's place, would you have supported the Katipunan? Why or why not? This is subjective and would depend on one's views on passive versus active resistance. Rizal did not support violent rebellion, preferring reform and education as means to achieve change. Personal beliefs about these approaches would influence whether one would support the Katipunan, which was more militant. 10. Who do you consider our national hero, José Rizal or Andrés Bonifacio? The choice between Rizal and Bonifacio often depends on whether one values intellectual and peaceful reform more highly, Rizal, or direct action and revolution, Bonifacio. Both played crucial roles in the Philippines' history.